All right, welcome back, Art 2. This should be video 4 of the Paper Mache series. And this should be the video where I'm talking to you about sandpaper. So what I have here is my sculpture that you guys saw me make and start to add celluclay to. And as you can tell, I've added celluclay to a lot of areas. Now I'm going to be honest, I didn't fully finish it. I've run out of time just with all these projects and recording, but this will be great for the demo anyway. And I'll try to keep this with the supplies, so if you need to see this in person, it should be available to you. Anyway, I have celluclayed everything, and I want you to notice how smooth it is. I have not touched it with any sandpaper yet, and something that I learned while doing it, and I should have jumped on the camera and showed you guys, and it's okay if it's if you did not get it as smooth, you'll just have more sanding to do. But I ended up using the popsicle stick to apply it, and it made it a lot smoother. But anyway, we're going to talk about sandpaper. Now, my sandpaper is normally in this bin, and it's going to stay in this bin. And it's just labeled sandpaper. And in this bin, we have a lot of different types of sandpaper. If you've never done woodworking before or worked with sandpaper, just know that there's different grits. And what that means is normally when you look at the back of sandpaper, it should have a number on it. So the lower the number, the rougher the sandpaper. So you can tell that's really rough. This almost looks like shingles on a house. So this is 80. And then 220, so a higher number, is a lot smoother. So I think you guys should be able to tell the difference. 80 being the rough end, and then 220 being a high and smooth sandpaper. So I have 80, 220, and then I have one in between, and that is 120. Let's see if I can find it. Well, I cut a bunch this morning. Oh, here we go. We have 120. And this is kind of like the middle of the road. Now, when it comes to sanding these down, if your sculpture is really rough, I would go with 80 because this would knock it down quicker. Now, if your sculpture is already pretty smooth, I would either go with 120 or 220. I'm going to go with I'll go with 120. And by the way, when you are getting sandpaper, please do not get the sandpaper from the pencil boxes. This is for sanding. The pencil box sandpaper are for pencils or blending stumps only. So make sure you're getting these. Now these look like the ones from a pencil box, or the pencil sandpaper, but it's not. It's actual sandpaper, and the only reason you would know that is because it has the number. Now these are 600, and these are super soft. You don't even need these anyway. But anyway, okay. Sanding. It's pretty self-explanatory. Make sure you have a painting mat or something underneath you because it is going to start to get really dusty. So I would just find an area and start sanding. I like to go in one direction at a time. Like I'm going to try to get this part here. And it's going to take a while. It's not going to get it off all at once. And we're not aiming for like super smooth. However, we are trying to get those big bumps removed. I said I was going in one direction. I meant like back and forth, I guess. And then you can already tell this area is a whole lot smoother. But I'm just going to aim to get like the big areas. Also, never ended up reapproaching the face. So my face doesn't look that great, if I'm being honest, but if I wanted to, I could go through and sand this little lump here. I don't know what happened there. But anyway, I could just continue to go through and sand certain areas and get it to where I'm happy with it. Also, if you see black speckles from here or from your sandpaper, that's totally fine. You can like brush them off. You're going to be painting over this anyway, so it really doesn't matter. But that is really it as far as sanding goes. Just know it can be time consuming, so don't think you can just hit it one time with the sandpaper and call it a day. But if you put your time and effort into it, you should get a really good, smooth piece. And you can tell the difference between this and this so far, hopefully. So this is sanded right here. This is not. Okay. Once you're done with your sandpaper, just make sure to put it back in the sandpaper box. And that's really it. I like to keep my sandpaper so we can have it in the future. And again, once you are finished sanding, clear off your area. If there's a lot of dust on your paint mat, you can just rake that into the trash can. And I believe that is it. Once you're done sanding, I would just move on to painting, and you're pretty much almost done at that point. But anyway, all right. I hope you guys have had such a good time so far. I know that these sculptures are a great time. At least they were for us in Art 2 this spring semester. But anyway, guys, have a good time making these sculptures. Bye.